together so we don't do this again. Deal?
Deal.
All right, let's look. Now, this is what I talk about all the time. If there's a ginormous pop in the pre-market, everyone, if there's a ginormous run in the pre-market, what most likely is going to happen at the open?
A sell-off,
There you go. And why is that?
collecting profits.
There you go. Okay. So we knew this one was coming. We already knew that was coming. Why?
Mhm.
Look at pre-market. You see where it closed? It closed here, shot up, came through here. This was the open. People were collecting from here to here. They wanted all this money. So the next day, bell opens, bang, here's your sell-off, right?
Mhm. That's actually where I got it at. Was about 950
Yeah. So here's the
this
scary
morning.
part. Yeah, this is the scary part of you buying this, right? So you bought this long. Is this above VWAP?
No.
Do you see the Elliott down here?
Mhm.
You see how nothing is like, yeah, this looks great. See your super trend? You see how nothing is saying ever, not still, don't buy this thing? There's nothing about
Yeah.
this at all. Okay, so here's what happened. And don't take offense. It's okay. It happens. You tried to guess the bottom, right? So what happened
Absolutely.
is, I know, it's okay. It's all right. And I'm not picking on you. What happened is,
No, please do.
yeah, no, we've
Because
all
I,
done
I
this.
I had like 7 light bulbs go off this morning.
Yeah, and we've all done this. So you're not alone, okay? So what happened
Okay.
is, and trust me, I still every once in a while will do it. So what we thought is, okay, boom, it came down here. You saw it start climbing. You're like, this is a good opportunity. This was the bottom. That's what we were thinking off of this move, right?
Mhm.
We can never guess bottom, so we have to start looking at everything else. Okay. Now, the good thing with this one, I mean, obviously, if you would have been thinking about this side of it, the good thing is you can use VWAP as your absolute end all be all. If it doesn't break this and it's near it, now if VWAP's out here in space, you can't use it. There's just nothing to
Mhm.
use. But because it's here, the only thing you're looking for is this has to break VWAP to the upside, and then a stop is below it. Does that make sense?
Yes.
Because otherwise, if it can't break VWAP ever, it never will. And VWAP's just going to continue to go down and down and down while this goes
Yeah.
down and down because that's the average. Okay.
Okay.
So just remember that next time. And don't worry, it happens just like right now. Trust me, somebody in their head is like, this has got to be bottom. It did it here, and then it did it here. And I'm like, how about you wait till it breaks right here? Right? Because then all we're doing is scalping this thing. Well, if you're scalping it, I'm not even looking at CIOS or CISO. It's not the move yet. So
Well, based on what I see, it's going to keep going down, but at the same time, I'm crossing my fingers that it comes back up just a smidge. You
yeah.
know.
Well, and it could. I mean, later in the day, it could pop. So here's this is how I get rid of this for myself. Okay. Now, remember, this is not tax, financial, or investment advice.
Right.
But if I'm in my paper trading account, I have to have some sort of limit. There's got to be a number, an area, and I already know what my area would be. That says if this breaks below this, I'm out. You want to know why? Because if this breaks a new low, which is going to be a triple bottom, by the way, if this works its way back,
Mhm.
it's out of here.
Gotcha.
If this can continue to run, so to the ups, so the downside, I'm looking here, which is what's this 3720, right?
Mhm.
Right here, if we zoom in, that's my absolute rock bottom. I don't care if later in the day it goes to the moon. I don't care. So you've already rode it once. You've rode it twice. What's the difference if you did it again, right? You've already been down in that gutter, right?
Mhm.
So my thought is if you go below this, goodbye. If it does decide to break to the upside, it has to break here first. Let me mark it. This is a sign of the upside. Do you see it here?
Was that 41?
4140. Yep.
Okay.
If that can break 4140, that's going to tell me we're starting to move now in a nice direction. Okay. And then we're going to look at each one of those points, those right there. That is what you need to be careful of. That's it.
Okay.
So those are your levels of resistance to the upside. This is my hell no, I'm not letting this go below it. And then other than that, you can manage your risks of what you're doing. Okay.
Right.
Thanks, man.
All right,
Good luck
Coach.
on that.
Appreciate it, sir.
You got it, buddy.